I don't clear my throat too many times.
It's all right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter, Dan.
Nothing really matters.
You know, that's usually my big takeaway whenever I do psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fucking matters.
Nothing does.
Dude, I'm just like, I try not to be like it's fucking super negative. I don't want it to be like a negative thing. Like, not, oh man, well, nothing fucking matters. But it's like, on that same, but it's like, dude, none of this shit fucking matters. And you can do whatever you want to do because of that.
Yeah.
This whole idea of the, like you have to go get your degree and you have to live within these certain confines, or like this is success or that's success. It's like, dude, none of this fucking, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, dude. Like, who gives a shit? No one cares.
That's basically the outlook that everybody should have with everything, though.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody gets too up in their own fields.
Yeah.
And they think that everything is about them. Ego. And everything, like all stuff going on now is everybody has their own opinion. I'm like, your opinion doesn't really matter. It's not about you.
It's not. It's like, it's much bigger.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. That's why I had to get off of Facebook, bro.
I have 2 accounts.
Because you're always getting kicked off one.
I keep getting kicked off. It's usually because I'm talking shit to somebody that's being an asshole.
Yeah. You're not gonna change anybody's fucking mind on there, dude.
But I just don't like when people bully other people. It bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I get people that bully. I got kicked off for some dude was making fun of a gay dude.
Yeah.
And I went off on him, and it was one of the transsexual dudes. And guy was making fun of him, and I went off on the guy, and I got banned. I'm like, he was making fun of a transsexual dude, and I'm getting banned?
I like when you get in trouble because you talk about white people.
I've been banned so many times. I've been banned so many times for saying shit like that. Fucking white people. I couldn't believe I got banned a couple of times. I'm like, I'm white.
Yeah.
I can say this.
Like, you were literally just being facetious. Like, you're not.
It was some chick dropped her kid. She'd be like, I'm going to put my baby in a 30-pack beer box and carry him around. The beer box broke. A kid fell on his head. I'm like, fucking white people. Banned for 30 days.
Yeah, dude. It's really not. Facebook's a weird place because it's like it's crossed over into this domain where, I understand it's a privately held company, but it's like a public forum. You know what I mean? It's like people go there for their fucking news. There's so many people on there that it's become this other thing. You know what I mean? And then whenever they start suppressing people's like opinions or like the things that they say, it gets kind of hairy, man.
And then they ban people now, and that's people's only way of communicating with anybody too.
Yeah.
A lot of people they won't have home phones, and their cell phone is just Wi-Fi. So they'll just talk on Facebook and Facebook Messenger and stuff. There's people that's the only way they can get a hold of their friends and family.
When you get banned, can you not get on Messenger?
It was like that for a long time, and I think they changed it during the COVID because they realized that when you ban them from Messenger, they can't get a hold of some people that they need to get a hold of.
Like you're really cutting them off from the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been banned before.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I'm not doing something right. I'm a fucking pussy. Fucking pussy.
I have I don't have a filter. Is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have a filter. I say what I want, and then I get in trouble for it. It's usually when I'm drinking. I wake up the next day, I'm banned.
But dude, I get it. Like, whenever I went to Florida a few years ago, and I fuck around. I left my phone in my buddy's car. He was taking me to the airport, Adam Flowers, and fucking. So I didn't have a phone, dude. I had no way to. I don't know anybody's fucking phone number. So I hopped on Facebook and I just started messaging people. And like, that's how I was able to talk to people, dude. Like, it's a legitimate source to stay in contact with the world.
Yeah, it really is. It's awesome, and it's not awesome the same way too, though. Because you got to see all the other crap when you want to go talk to your friends on stuff. Because there's a lot of crap on Facebook these days.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like, man, I can't be on here anymore. Like, I'll have to get on there to post about like the podcast. Mm-hmm. But if anything gets posted on my personal page, it's either because I had to I went to the podcast page and I shared it there real quick, or I'm just gonna post directly through Instagram. Yeah. I can't take it. It's just so emotionally draining, dude, bro. Just like with everything going on right now, and like me, just like a lot of other people, you just get emotionally wrapped up in fucking all the chaos, and then like you're not changing anybody's opinion on there. I've probably had a handful of like productive conversations, mostly surrounding like Candace Owens and like the shill that she is.
I try and avoid even looking at all her stuff.
I don't even like her face, bro. It just makes me mad. Just because like somebody was like, "Well, do you believe that, is it not possible that she holds these views?" And I'm like, she could totally have conservative views. That's totally fine. That's not the issue. But like, what people don't understand is that she'll say that she's never experienced racism and like it's not a thing. But when she was in high school, she fucking sued some boys from her high school for being racist and threatening to kill her with the help of the NAACP. And then she settled for like $37,500, I do believe. So she built an entire platform off of lies, and then now she just panders to ego.
And which I think she just is trying to get more views.
100%. It doesn't matter when I see people share her shit because they say they disagree, but I'm like, you're just giving her what she wants. Like it does, and we are right now too. I am too. Like just even talking about her, but it's like I was listening to Andrew Schulz on Rogan the other day, and he made a really good point of how it's like, she's doing is she's just pandering to the extremes, like the extreme conservative ego. Like, but the Republicans, they will use her, or the right, or however you want to say it, they will use her to get their message across because you can't automatically like discredit her because of what she looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a black woman. You can't say, well, you're a white male, shut the fuck up, blah, blah, blah. But, the other side of the extreme, like the left, the far liberals, like they'll do that shit too, but they use kids to get their message across. It's like, because you can't just automatically discredit a kid because then you're a fucking asshole for telling that kid to shut the hell up. But it's just like, you're just using these people as mouthpieces, dude.
And I mean, if you kind of look at it from a broader perspective, you see that everybody has their own agenda, and they're trying to figure out how to get their agenda across and how to like trick you into seeing their agenda.
Right. That's exactly what it is. So outside of like maybe having a couple good conversations about her, be like people asking, well, why do you believe what you believe about her? And I just tell her, I'm like, just what we just said, like her whole platform is built on a lie. I just can't trust anything she's saying. And then the response is always, well, dude, I didn't even know that about her. It's like, well, do some fucking research about the people you're listening to,
look
man.
stuff up.
Yeah, man. Like we have a lot of information on the web that you can verify.
I usually look up all my stuff. I don't just randomly share everything unless it's a meme and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
but if it's something that's, you look it up and you see people share stuff from like 3 years ago that happened. They're like, oh my God, you see this? I'm like, that has nothing to do with what's going on now that you're trying to make it look like.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they're doing it on purpose. I think somebody else did it and they're just sharing it and they're not looking it up.
Yeah, I've done that. I've definitely been guilty in the past, like
I have too.
sharing something looking like an asshole. So like now, like there was something going around. It was with what's her name, Breonna Taylor, I believe was the young lady's name, who got killed with the no knock in down in Memphis. Was it Memphis?
Something like that.
Or
Florida.
Or was it Atlanta?
Something like
dude,
that.
I should know, but either way. So she was killed, and then her husband or her boyfriend was taken into custody.
Yeah.
But then there was like all these memes going around saying this guy's in custody and we need to get him out. Like meanwhile he's already been out for like 2 weeks. I'm just like, listen guys, like do some fucking research to check this. Yeah, just check it the fuck out, man. Like it doesn't take very long.
No.
And I went down a really deep conspiracy rabbit hole a few weeks ago. I had my buddy Skyler on and we were talking. So then, like, now I'm just like checking everything.
Yeah.
So then now, like, I'm just getting in the habit. I'm like, well, is that true? Is this true? Is that true? Is that tweet real? Like, let me figure this the fuck out.
Yeah, and people delete stuff too now, so you don't know.
Yeah, man. You just don't know what to believe, man. Like,
and there's a lot. I mean, conspiracy theorists. I mean, I'm not a giant one. I mean, I to some degree in certain areas.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys are coming out, and you're like, going, they weren't wrong,
Well, that's the thing, man. We've turned that word and that term into, and maybe it was just designed to be it, but it's this dirty word to discredit you, make you look crazy. But really, you're using like your brain. You're just like rationally thinking about things. You're asking questions.
Or the word is woke. A
Yeah.
lot of people say that.
That's fucked up some shit. I had a dude send me this huge fucking message about all these things. COVID's it's fake because they're arresting all these pedophiles and this and that and the whole list of shit. And I'm like, I didn't have any knowledge on it. I'm just like, whoa, that's interesting, dude. Like, only time will tell. And then I go down the fucking rabbit hole, and then I go back and read his message, and I'm just like, the fuck? Like, all this shit, like, you're trying to make me hit. But then, like, you hear things about, like George Soros, for example, like, funding all these fuckheads to, like, come from outside of the community. Like, he did it here in fucking our own city, dude, right? And it's like, well, that's interesting. Like, you just start seeing these coincidences of, like, when Harvey Weinstein gets arrested, and then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, all these CEOs start stepping down from like Disney and Harley Davidson and MasterCard or whatever the fuck it was. Like, well, that's interesting too.
And then Epstein, yeah,
Yeah, like
I mean, we've had a lot of that stuff, and you got to know there's some sort of we're gonna get into it. There's some sort of pedophile ring out there that they're not talking about. They're
For
gonna
sure.
be nailing everybody.
For sure, bro.
And I mean, all the people that got on his jets and all that stuff too is freaking nuts. Did you watch the new Netflix special?
Yeah, I watched it.
That's wild.
Yeah, and that's just like surface level shit.
Scratching it.
And also it's like, are they pinning something on him to make it seem like he did more than he did? Not saying he didn't do shit, but was he really like this mastermind type of guy that they're maybe even making him out to be? Or is he just like a fall guy, maybe?
Maybe. There's a possibility of anything, but he's he's dead now, so.
Yeah.
But the stuff with Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
I remember there was a video that they said it was fake. It was a picture of him in a really nice like cabana looking room getting a massage from a chick that was way younger. This is before the Epstein thing even went on.
Yeah.
And you go back and you watch the Epstein thing, you're like, he had chicks massage him before he molested them too. And he was in a cabana in the and they're like, was that real?
Dude, you start feeling fucking crazy, man, if you just start seeing things, and it's just, people are probably like, Adam's fucking talking about this shit again. Well, look, dude, this is what I want. I want answers, Dan. I want fucking answers. We may never get them.
We'll never probably get them. But you got all the stuff going on now, and you got Hillary's going to be having to go on the stand.
Right, dude. Like, it's kind of interesting that Blackout Tuesday came on the same day that she lost that appeal, and then also it was a voting day around the country. Like, where did that Blackout Tuesday shit come from?
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody really knows.
Anybody knows. It just happened.
And then we had our phones were messed up yesterday too.
I didn't have that issue.
I had it a little bit. But I know a lot of people that
you have Sprint.
Yeah.
I know Sprint and T-Mobile. I think they got hacked or some shit.
I don't know what that was. I was joking that it was internet. Is that terrorism?
Yeah, I saw somebody saying like this is part of their plan. Meanwhile, I have AT&T. I didn't have any interruption of service, so I guess I'm not hip to the conspiracy.
They took out so much stuff. It was like the video games were down, everything was down, Facebook was down.
Really?
That's what I mean. I didn't really have too much of the problem myself. It was very little.
Yeah, and maybe because I haven't been on Facebook, so I literally spent most of my day hanging out with another human being, drinking, and then we went and ate some fucking tacos. Like, I'm just trying to like live in the real world.
That's way better freaking way than anybody else is living. I'm starting to change everything, changing a lot of stuff about me to make it where I'm not going out and living in the real world too much.
Yeah, you're not as wild, man. You seem.
I'm cutting back these days, man.
You're quiet, man.
Yeah, I'm doing a little better. I'm not drinking so much and going out so much.
Yeah.
So I got not working on the east side anymore. It was
That's probably a big help.
It's a grand thing.
You're not getting shot at anymore over there.
I'm not getting shot at. I still get guns pulled on me at my new job.
Yeah. So, dude, what's the craziest fucking person you've like had to go serve?
Oh, I can name it right away. I've had some crazy ones. But there was a guy I was on. I don't know how much of it. I can't say his name or nothing.
Yeah, don't give any details where you.
I was
just as vague as you.
I was down in like U City, and it was a State Street, and I went up, and the guy was just being crazy and super racist to me.
Yeah.
Older black guy.
Yeah.
And you could tell he'd been to prison, and he was a hard dude.
Yeah.
He kept going off on me, and I generally think it's funny, so I laugh at people when they start threatening me.
Well, and that's hit me to another point, but keep going.
Yeah, and he started yelling, saying he was gonna shoot me, and I had my gun in my glove box. Actually, I wasn't carrying it that day, and I went back and sat back in the car, and he comes out with a gun, and he aims his revolver at me.
After you already served him.
After I couldn't serve him, he wouldn't answer who he was.
Oh.
So I couldn't serve him, and I called my boss, and I was like, hey, he won't tell me his name. I can't really serve the guy, but he keeps threatening me, just so you know. And she was like, okay, what's going on? I said, well, he's aiming a gun at me right now. And she's like, what? She goes, "Why are you so calm?" I was like, "It's not the first time I've had a gun at me." I was like, he said, and she was listening. She listened to some of it, and the guy goes, "Well, put a bullet between your eyes." I'm like, and I leaned out the window. I said, "Not from there, you won't." Go back to writing down stuff, and he kept getting madder and madder. And he said some new racist stuff I never heard before.
Yeah.
I was laughing at it. He was like, "I'll make you sit down to pee." I said, "I already do." He was like, oh, he got madder.
Right, because you weren't like falling for his
No,
bullshit.
he was so pissed. I mean, he might have shot me, but
Yeah.
I was just screwing with him. I said, if I die, I'm gonna be saying smart ass shit to the day when I die.
That's probably why you'll get.
I bet you won't shoot me. This one I get shot.
Right. Well, it's funny, right? Like, I mean, you're calm in those situations because you've been in crazy situations.
Yes.
Right. And like, so it's like, so what do you think about when we see these fucking cops and they're scared?
They need training, man. And my whole family are cops.
Right.
And I've seen and I've had family members that have had to shoot people and stuff like that, but they were all justified and stuff like that. But the cops need training. I've said it for
real quick for the listeners. You have family members who are cops who have also been shot.
Yeah.
And fucked up. Like,
yeah, my cousin Ryan. He's doing really well though.
that's great.
It's crazy. It's really crazy how well he's doing. By the way, he always presses me every time. I told everybody when he did get shot. I was like, man, you're gonna be amazed. Like, he's not gonna be able to do this again. He's not gonna be able to do this. I'm like, you don't know my family.
Yeah.
We can take it and you can come back from it.
Survivors.
You know, that's what's weird. That's how I fought most of my career. I didn't get punched, knocked down. Like, I'm not gonna win the first round ever. I want to be bloody, and I'm gonna get back to the second round. That's when I'm gonna catch the guy.
Diego Sanchez style, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn into a bloodbath.
And that's how a lot of my fights were. I had some disgusting injuries, but no, the cops need way more training.
Yeah.
I was reading, I read a lot of jiu-jitsu guys' posts and stuff, and they're like, man, we've all trained with cops. Anybody that does jiu-jitsu is trained with cops. Those are the ones that want to learn.
Yeah.
But the shitty part is they can't do a lot of their jiu-jitsu, and it's because protocol.
Right.
I mean, how much nicer would it be? Now, that guy that killed George Floyd, I've been yelling about that from day one.
Yeah.
So there's no reason it took 7 guys to hold him down. He was handcuffed. If I could have grabbed his ankles and sat on his ass and held him there the entire time by myself.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, and I was like, that's just because you have knowledge of it. I mean, he might have had road rash from squirming around, but he wouldn't have been hurt or dead.
Right. And it didn't even look like he was really even squirming. Right. So they had a guy kneeling on his back and another one on his legs and one on the neck. And it's like, what the fuck?
I was arguing with a family member about it, and they're like going, "No, that's not how that choke knee on somebody's neck can't kill you." I was like, "It absolutely can. It's actually called a knee on neck choke.
It's a blood choke. Like,
it's a blood choke.
People don't understand this.
You close off one carotid, and the other one closed off on his shoulder, and that's how he died.
Yeah.
You know, and then after his body went limp, he could have broke his neck from there or caused more damage.
It could have been a number of things, but training, absolutely, there needs to be way more fucking training, just like more regular. You know what I mean? Like, you need to train on a regular fucking basis, even if you can't do maybe all of the techniques, right? Like, having the understanding, having been in that situation is going to help you calm the fuck down, help you breathe. You know what I mean? Like, fucking rolling with, 300-pound plus men, which I do on a regular basis, I have to learn to calm my mind and just survive sometimes with the little bit of air that I can get and calm the fuck down.
Well, I had a whole theory on this. I think cops should have to do 2 years of some sort of grappling before they even be allowed to go in the police academy, because that weeds out all the assholes and all the bullies. Your coach.
So to even get into the academy, you have to do grappling.
That's what I think they should do.
Okay.
And then your coaches also get your coach from jiu-jitsu or whatever it is, sambo, judo, whatever you want to do. They have to write off that you are a person that should be able to be a cop.
Yeah.
Because if you know those guys that come in and they've been training for a little bit and they're strong, and the new little white belt comes in, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this kid. And I mean, we've all been guilty of somebody spazzing out and messing up and choking them a little harder, putting a little pressure on them. But those guys that continuously do it and go and hurt people, those are guys that want to be cops.
No. I think you should be at least 25 to be a cop.
Yeah.
I mean, your brain's not fully developed until you're 25. It's harder to make good decisions until then. It's like, or maybe you have 4 years of exemplary military service in lieu of that. But even then, I was talking to my buddy Zach yesterday, and it's like, well, okay, you want to be a cop? Well, why can't we do some sort of like residency or something like we do with doctors? And it's like, okay, you're 22 and you want to be a cop. Cool. Guess what? Now you're gonna work at the fucking desk for 3 years until we can put you out on these streets.
But with that being said, and I mean, you're not wrong in there, is a lot of the older cops are the ones that we're having the problems with.
Yeah.
You know, the older they are, I think
Well, we got to weed out the shitheads,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
then the new ones, we need
Yeah.
to make sure that they're good too.
And I mean, and you're right there. So I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
Yeah, I don't see. I did get some pushback. I was talking to a state trooper, and it was like the whole well, if you're raised the age, then there's this, you're basically like discriminating against people, blah blah. It's just like, well, we should discriminate against people in that fucking job, like for sure. Like if you're not about this lifestyle, then you don't need to be doing this fucking job.
And there's something I don't think a lot of people know this. Most cops don't like state troopers.
Really?
They don't, because state troopers are. I got some friends and family that are state troopers, but state troopers are usually assholes off the bat.
Really?
They usually are, and I got some good friends. I hope they don't get pulled over on the way home from it.
What do you think that is? Are they a little bit more idealistic in the way that they view the world, or is it that because they're at the state level, they feel like
I think it's
a little more authoritative?
That they think they own the road because of they're highway patrol, highway patrol,
Yeah.
water patrol, shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, cops have a joke. It's what's the difference between God and a state trooper? God doesn't think he's a state trooper. And that's
Oh fuck.
and that's cops telling me that joke.
Yeah.
So the cops get pulled over by state troopers. State troopers are like, "No, we're giving you every ticket we can possibly give you." And cops are like, "What the?"
Right.
So I mean, then you don't get to pull over state troopers because they're usually riding down the highway trying to stay away from cops.
Yeah.
So
Fuck, dude.
I know state troopers.
They're just people at the end of the day.
They think they're God. They are just people at the end of the day. But I have a lot of friends. We had we fought with a guy, Colby Tierney. He's a state trooper.
Yeah.
I went and saw him. He's down in water patrol and stuff. I see him every year.
Really? Yeah. He was at the.
He's a nice guy, though.
Yeah, I think he was up here. Yeah, Colby's a great guy.
Yeah.
I think he was up here dealing with the riots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was talking about people throwing rocks and bricks and shit at these guys, and it's just like these agitators. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah.
we're all just people on both sides. You know what I mean?
And I think there's a lot of people that are trying to get beaten up by whoever so they can get GoFundMe. I think GoFundMe has become a thing now where people are like, if I can get a good enough story, I can make money off it.
Dude, I've seen some people make some savage money on GoFundMe, dude. Like, what? I saw, I know somebody who, they got pretty sick with COVID. And if they had a family member that was pretty sick and they were in the hospital for a number of weeks on a ventilator and shit. And, I wasn't really surprised they were that sick. They're obese. And, but they have kids and whatnot, and then nobody's working, so then they do a GoFundMe, and then I think the motherfucker ended up raising like $50K, but with a goal of like 6 to 7 or 10 grand or so. You know what I'm saying? And like it goes 5 times over the amount. It's like we can pull resources together like that for people pretty easily, but it's like we can't pull resources together to like fix communities and shit.
Exactly, and the GoFundMes are. I saw one that was a stripper that fell off a pole that like was 20 feet in the air, landed on her face.
I saw that.
She made what did she make? She
I
made
don't know.
thousands. She made like 20 grand or something insane. Something.
Yeah, I didn't see what she made on the GoFundMe, but I did see the video of her falling on her
fell
face
hard.
and then like getting up and still twerking.
Yeah, no, that's drugs.
Yeah, and adrenaline and everything fucking going on. It's just like, dude, you just got fucked up.
I think she's missing teeth and stuff.
Yeah, I think
I
she
was
lost
like, just please don't twerk blood on me. Thank you.
I don't even like strip clubs, dude.
I've gone back a few times since I quit. It's usually to see my friends.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
You actually have friends
Yeah,
there.
I actually have friends there that still work there.
Yeah.
And there's like couple dancers, but it's mostly all the security and everybody.
Yeah. Last time I went to a strip club was for a bachelor party, and it's just because I'm just going along for the ride. And there's this girl like sitting down there like trying to talk to me. I'm just like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna give you any money. Like I don't pay for this. Well, why are you here? Well, these guys are here. Like, what the fuck?
I'm here.
I got a drink. Like, what the fuck else you want?
A $9 drink.
Yeah. I think one of the guys we were with knew people there though. We're getting hooked up.
Nice.
It's always good to know people, bro.
I still go once in a while. I went this weekend. I went way too late. I came home at 8 a.m. Wife was mad. I've been pretty good lately, and I guess I treated myself by going out too late.
That's fun. You ever go out with Chuck Berry back in the day, or was he too old? To
No,
like,
man,
party back then?
he didn't party. He didn't party at all.
Really?
But no, dude, I went almost everywhere with Chuck all the time. I mean, all my aunts and my mom lived on it, and I mean, he'd screwed around with almost all of them, and he took me to open at Planet Hollywood. When he played with Bruce Willis and on the stage for Planet Hollywood. I
Yeah.
met all the stars there.
Uh,
Jackie Jr. Kersey and also so the Baldwins and stuff, shit like that were there.
that would have
It
been
was
cool.
wild.
I was watching Back to the Future the other day, and I didn't realize that, like, in the scene where like they're playing at the thing, and
Marvin Berry.
yeah, he's like, this is your cousin Marvin. He's like, listen to this, Chuck. I'm like, damn, that's fucking sick. I never put that together. I'm so fucking slow.
And it's so wild when I look back on stuff and I was like, I used to see this guy every freaking day and hung out with him every day.
Just a dude.
And he was and he didn't realize the level of star he was.
Yeah.
All the crazy stuff, all the craziness. I knew how crazy he was, but it was just
Yeah, literally a game changer.
And I bring up stories about stuff, and that was one that people call bullshit on every time. Like I said he literally used to tell everybody I was his godson. He was my godfather.
Really?
He baptized me with iced tea one time. He was like, "Now I am your godfather."
Was it sweetened or unsweetened?
Always sweetened.
Always sweetened, bro. Damn. Yeah, that must have been a wild ride. I can only imagine like maybe hitting the town with that guy.
Oh, it was wild. He had a big RV that we go and he played down at Blueberry Hill.
Yeah.
And go to the duck room and stuff, and we go down there often and watch him play and stuff. He was getting old, and I mean, my wife went and saw him play. We went with him a few times, and he stayed around to the casino all the time, like every week. My mom and him would go to the casino up until right around. She died on his property.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember telling me
Yeah.
that.
And she lived. I mean, she lived there forever. I lived there off and on. Lived there all the time. She lived there, and then until I got about when I was about 20, I think, when I was moved out, and then yeah.
Damn. I went down to Blueberry Hill one time and ate, and I was actually kind of disappointed in the food.
I don't think I ever ate there.
Yeah. Have you been to the Loop recently?
I just go into work.
And from what I understand, like it's like a lot of businesses are shutting the fuck down there. Like it's getting kind of empty.
I think it kind of is. It's I go down there and I still serve people, and it's like U City, Delmar area,
Right.
and you see it's not as it used to be like kind of trendier people that were there.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. It's kind of just a lot of looking homeless people and stuff like that.
Really? Damn, dude. Businesses just left and right are getting fucked up right now.
Mhm.
And it's going to be interesting to see if some of these areas will be able to like find a new life after all of this.
It's everything's kind of downtrodden right now. It's really bars and everybody. I've seen a lot of bars close, a lot of restaurants close. I mean, you look at Gold's Gym closed down.
I couldn't believe
How
that.
is that? How did that happen?
Now, I don't think people realize though, just because you're a big brand, it doesn't necessarily mean like you have a
Yeah.
lot of cash on hand.
And you have I mean, you have a lot. If you don't have a lot of cash on hand, you have so many places. You definitely have to downsize, and that's
Right.
just downsize out of St. Louis.
Yeah, and that's what they did. I guess they sold all their locations to Club Fitness,
Mhm.
which good for Club Fitness. They're growing. Someone's growing.
I was like, I worked for Club Fitness, personal trainer for a long time,
Yeah.
but I don't think I still got a membership there. I don't think I've been there in forever. I train at House of Pain now.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
ask
a
you about
cool.
that.
That's a cool freaking place.
Which now there's more than one location,
Two of
right?
them.
Okay,
Mhm.
where's you train at
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield, and that's the original one.
That's I think they had one before that, and they just moved locations. I'm not.
Right.
Don't quote me on that.
Well, not
but-
original, but like that's like the first one.
yeah, that's the
if
main
you will,
one.
or the main one.
And they got Dorset one now. They took over what was a Gold's Gym.
It was Gold's.
It was Gold's back in the day when I trained there.
Yeah, it was Gold's all the way up
Mm-hmm.
until Gold's finally left, and actually that Gold's Gym location closed before all the other ones. It had nothing to do with the COVID shit.
Yeah, it's Maryland Heights, Dorset.
Yep. I've been in there a few times, and then now they're going through. I don't know how much you can talk about it, but like they're going through fucking a whole battle right now, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're forced to be
as far as I know, well, they're open now.
Yeah,
They opened as of I taught there Monday.
because everything's open now, right?
Everything's open now, but they opened up. We went. I mean, they opened up and they never closed. They fought the closing,
Right.
and the owner is Joe, and a really really nice guy. If I got his name right, I
It's
think I
alright.
did. And he's a really nice guy, and he said this is against you can't do this. It's
Right.
against my rights.
Yeah, it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, I got to be able to make a paycheck, and he had just opened these gyms, so he's still building up. So probably he put everything he had into these gyms,
For sure.
and then all of a sudden they're like, no, you can't stay open right now. He's like, well, I'm gonna go bankrupt. you know. And he just said screw it. He fought it, and he had a state representative come, and she was training there, or she was trying to be a state representative. I can't remember which, but she went and trained there and fought it, and then they got to judge the grant. The city got to judge the grant that they had to close down.
Right.
Nobody's had COVID there at all.
Right now, after that judgment, didn't they like also file another like suit
Well, they
about
had
that judgment? Or
well they had one. The judge the prosecutor or whoever it was suing Joe, and what he did is they looked. I don't know how this went down, to be honest, but they sued the wrong person, the wrong owner of the gym.
Oh, really?
I don't know if he had a silent partner that wasn't the runner or what, but they sued the wrong guy.
Yeah.
So it was, and they demanded he close down, and they filed suit against him. And then he waited like to the last day, and he came in. And he said, "Well, that guy doesn't own the gym." It's like, well, you knew this the entire time. He's like, I didn't have to tell you. You guys are suing the wrong person. You're morons.
Yeah, like, you guys just need to do your fucking job.
It was pretty funny. I was laughing about it because I was like, that's a good move.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely making some fucking news, dude. I mean, people need to make a living.
Yeah, and I'd be wearing the House of Pain shirt, and people stop me about it and ask me questions about it. And like, I quit wearing this shirt. I got some places to go.
You're like, listen, I'm not part of that shit. You're teaching jujitsu up there, right?
I was teaching jiu-jitsu. Right now, they're still kind of being careful with the COVID stuff, so I'm just teaching boxing, Krav Maga, and stuff like that.
I saw Shannon. I don't know where I was fucking working out, and he was telling me you're up there teaching jiu-jitsu. I'm like, oh, okay.
Shannon's my dude, man. I started doing Muay Thai with him a long time ago.
Yeah, he's been training for a long time. OG for sure.
I remember how I met him. I think I might have taken a class. I might have taken one of his classes one time, and then I was like, well, I'm pro, and I need better stand up. I mean, I came real close.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, you've been at all the gyms.
I bounced around a lot. I moved a lot too.
Yeah.
So a lot of the gyms, I was like, and then my hours were so screwed up. I was like, I can't. This isn't gonna work out for me because you don't have these classes.
Right. Does it feel good to have a regular schedule now?
Yes, very much. I get to make my schedule basically.
Really?
Yeah. I just have to. I have to hit. I have to hit a place 4 times. If I can't get a hold of them, I get paid for it. But I have to do like a day, a weekend, and a night. So I get to pick when I go.
So you have to do a day, a weekend, and a night for the same place?
Yeah, if I same location, same affidavit.
Okay.
So I have to hit 4 times if it's somebody I can't get a hold of.
Oh, because you got to spread it out so you can say that you've tried every possible option.
Every time frame.
Right.
If they work nights and you're going only days, then you're not ever gonna. You're not.
Right. If you're always going when they're not home.
Yeah. Or they're asleep. They're never gonna answer.
Right. So you gotta like try to catch them, because I imagine there are people who get that job and they're just like, oh, like they just try to avoid the conflict.
Well, there's a lot of people that do that. I guess I enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, you're not conflict averse.
When people get pissed off at me, I think it's funny. So and it bothers them more.
Yeah.
And I don't go too early in the morning because my bosses were like, start at 7, you only work till 2, and you're good. I'm like, all right, cool. And I thought about it. I was like, man, somebody knocks on my door at 7 a.m. I am not answering that shit.
That's not the move.
You can knock on the door all you want. I will lay in bed wide awake because you knocked on the door, and I'm not answering the door. So I started at like 10 a.m. I'm like, that's a good move. I think if somebody knocks on the door at 10, I'll answer the door at 10.
Yeah,
that's who's at the door at 10?
That's not a terrible move at all.
7 a.m. too early.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on the person. You catch me at 7, I'm good. I'm usually up by 4:30 every day.
I can't do that. I just think most people I'm serving probably aren't early risers. If they're early risers, they probably are paying their bills.
You mean they're not getting up and getting after it first thing and crack of dawn?
Probably not. If you're somebody that plans out, I'm waking up at 4:30, I'm gonna have some coffee, I'm gonna work out, and then I'm gonna go to work. Then you're probably a guy that's probably paying their bills consistently.
Right. And you're not getting served for fucking back paid or some shit.
And I do get some other ones, but it's usually just bills. Somebody that did if they have if they did payday loans and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Dude, I was a debt collector for a summer, and we mostly collected like hospital debts, and I was just on the small end side of it. So it was
calling?
Yeah, I was calling people. Debt
collector sounds so cool when you're not saying it was a phone call.
I
was a debt collector. So was Rocky.
I wasn't a good debt collector. This shit sucked, dude.
People upset about it. That's why I was terrible at a lot. I was terrible at a lot of things because I'm like a bleeding heart with a lot of stuff.
Right. That's why I couldn't be a cop.
That's one of the reasons I couldn't be a cop.
Right. It's just like, I'm just like, is it that big of a deal?
Yeah, I'd let a lot of people go. I know I would.
Yeah,
I'd
but
probably be a great cop. I'd probably be a person that needs to be a
it's
cop. But
actually
I don't.
yeah, because you can actually empathize with people.
But I also, I mean, I know some of the stories my dad's told, and I was like, I would have probably murdered that guy. I almost guarantee would have. So I don't think
Yeah,
that's a good job for me.
probably not the best one, but yeah,
No.
dude, I did not like being a debt collector because it's just constant like confrontations. I just always felt uneasy in my stomach because
Yeah,
you don't know who the fuck's gonna answer that, and then you're told, well, call their job. Nobody
dude.
wants to get called at their fucking job, dude. Here I am, the asshole, calling people's jobs.
I,
Like, what the fuck,
I hate having it when I serve. I have to serve people their jobs sometimes.
dude?
And I'm like, I'm so I try and be as cool as humanly possible. But I'm like, hi, I was spoke to so and so. What's this about? I said, I got some paperwork. Well, what's the paperwork about? I'm like, I can't tell you, man. I said, it's just paperwork that somebody's trying to. It might be. Sometimes I give checks, which is, I never do. I said sometimes it's checks that they're owed and stuff like that.
It's just like certified documentation.
I just say it's paperwork from the court. I try and not let their bosses or coworkers know about it. I pull them aside. I'm like, hey man, I got this for you from the. Oh, okay. Thanks, man, for being quiet about this. No problem, dude. It's like,
Right.
we don't gotta be a douchebag doing this job. If you're cool about it, you can. If you're a cool person, you're cool about it.
Right, just treat people as fucking
Yeah.
people, dude. Like
That's
nobody
it.
wants to be embarrassed.
And nobody wants to be embarrassed, and everybody's been embarrassed. So why try and embarrass other people?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, people who do that, like it just feeds their own ego.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes them feel good.
I mean, it's the same. I mean, I look at that as. I mean, everybody's been in certain situations to a degree, and why put somebody else in a situation that you weren't comfortable in?
Right.
You know?
Right. Just have some fucking empathy.
And I don't know. I just don't understand a lot of how people react these days with certain shit.
Really.
So
Yeah. Whenever I think of like serving people, I always think of like Pineapple Express.
everybody does. Like you just run around high all day. No, I carry a gun in a vet. I can't do that.
Well,
at all.
I just think more so like how many costumes do you have?
I have none. I literally. So I mean, I roll up to the door. I already kind of look like a cop, a tattooed cop. So I just go up. I have to wear a gun. We don't wear the badge anymore. They had us quit wearing the badge, which is I'm really happy with.
Makes you less of a target.
Yeah, it makes you less of a target, but it's also I'd spook myself when I'd see it in the mirror. And I look over, I see a badge, I go, oh, that's me. So what I do? Fuck. But no, I walk up to the door. I wear khakis and a black shirt and knock on
Yeah.
the door, and there's a lot of times a lot of people get pissed off, but I'm so nice about it that they're usually like, I say, have a good day, man. You too. All right, cool.
Right.
So sometimes people are assholes about it. Sometimes they're not.
Dude, honestly, it probably helps that you're not like a big, like intimidating guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's probably easier to diffuse situations for you.
It is, and I mean
It's
that's
like, hey, dude, I'm not a threat. I'm not
my
trying
size.
to hurt you.
My size has helped me and hurt me many times in my life.
Right.
So sometimes people. That's where I got into so many damn fights over the years because I don't look like an intimidating threat.
Right. And then you're just like, hey, listen, bitch.
I'm gonna hurt. I'm gonna hurt you. Eventually, I flip a switch,
Yeah.
like freaking Lincoln Hawk. I turn the head around. All right, now you're in trouble.
Yeah, because you're capable. That's
Yeah.
the thing, which helps you be calm.
Yep. And I don't want to go and get in fights. I fought for money for years, and unless I empty your pocket, I just fought for free.
Right. Like, this doesn't benefit
And
me.
then I'm probably my hands are probably gonna hurt, and I'm gonna be sore a little bit.
Oh, God.
And I gotta work the rest of the day. Why get into a fight with you guys when I got $500 in my car I can go make?
Right.
You know?
Right. Dude, how nice is it to not just have your body beat, like just be beat up all the fucking time from training?
Dude, I took like 2 years off of training completely, and I got fat.
Yeah.
But I also was like, I wake up and only time I felt bad is if I drank too much the night before, and I'm like, this feels good.
Like, you don't hurt. Dude, yeah, like I've been training jiu-jitsu like crazy, and it's like I've been having this like my fucking elbows fucked up, and it's like it's not gonna heal unless I don't do anything.
You got
and
the
then-
weird bruises.
and it's like-
where did that come from?
Yeah, like, damn, why am I so sore here? Like shit, like you just catch elbows or something.
Yep.
Rolling with these white belts. Although, dude, I don't roll with many white belts these days. I mean, I'm teaching more and more white belts, but like for a while there, like unless I knew you. And if you're a white and a blue belt, if I didn't know you, I'm probably not gonna fuck with you because like it's just not worth getting hurt.
No, and they spaz out. They spaz out like crazy.
Spaz,
I've been training with one of our JWs, and I mean, I'm just getting back in shape, and I'm starting to remember everything.
Yeah.
I said it came back to me. Some of it comes back to me real fast. Some of it's I'm like, oh yeah, I used to do that there. But I mean, I'll roll with white belts and everybody else, and white belts are just the most pain in the ass to roll with.
Yeah.
It's not because it's not because they're just they don't know what they're doing. It's because you put them in something you don't want to hurt them, and they spaz out, and you're like, man, I gotta let you go, and then they elbow you in the face. I'm like, damn it.
everything has to be forced.
Yep.
Everything has to be forced. I was talking to somebody, can't remember who, but it was like, it doesn't matter if you're like if you're old or you're just like if you're younger. Like it's always the same result, just for different reasons. Like when you're younger and you're athletic, you feel like I'm just gonna explode through everything. I'm gonna beast through this. Like that's my way to get from one position to the next. That's my way to finish the submission. And so you overcompensate with your athleticism and like your ability. But then if you're older, then it's just like, fuck, man, I'm going with these younger guys, and like, man, I gotta really like keep up and like use my strength to like compensate for like you being older. So you end up getting the same spazziness just for different fucking reasons. It's like, dude, just calm the fuck down.
Exactly. That's how I rolled forever. I'd sit on my ass and be like, come on.
Yeah, dude.
That's how I never started on the knees, because I'm like, we're just gonna wrestle around, grabbing each other's heads. That's never a position you're gonna be in real life, where you're both on your knees trying to wrestle the person to the ground.
Right.
So what's the point of doing it? And it's gonna make me tired. I don't want to be tired. I'm just gonna sit here. You can start where you want. You start a mount. Okay, cool. Now I gotta work my way out of mount. That's easier than trying to wrestle you to the ground from your knees.
Right. Yeah. I'll let you get this good position. It doesn't matter to me.
Yep. That's how I am.
Yeah. You can't lead with ego.
No.
Yeah. Always trying to win. That's how you don't get better at jiu-jitsu if you're always trying to win.
No, and making these kids good. So I'll let kids, they're trying to put something on. I'm like, you need to lock this in this way. I tell them how to do it, and they lock it in. I tap to it, and they're like, oh, I was like, you kind of tapped me, but I'll let you get it, whatever.
Yeah, hey, dude.
I showed you how to do it, and I let you keep doing it, or I would have gotten.
Yeah, like whatever builds some confidence.
Build their confidence. Let them keep training, and then that's going to make the gym better, because they're going to keep training and paying money, and your coaches are going to get paid more, and they're going to teach more cool stuff.
Yeah.
And they can learn more.
Well, I found like if I'm training with these guys and like my skills just way better than them, it's just better to let them put me in bad positions.
Yeah.
It just is. It's gonna help them. It's gonna help me. Like I don't give a fuck. You might even finish the position. I don't care.
That's how I did almost all. Getting ready for fights, I had people just put me in bad positions, because I know how I fight. I'm gonna be put in a really bad position. I was like, I'm gonna do something, or I'm not gonna keep my hands up and get hit and drop to my ass, and then I'm gonna be in a bad position. So I better just work it now, so it's just muscle memory.
Yeah. So if like they're doing all these fights and shit now in like these empty buildings, like how would you feel if you had to?
Man, I don't see. This is the weird thing is I didn't notice the difference in crowds from any of the crowds I fought at.
Really?
I did not notice it. I didn't notice the ring girls.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was tunnel vision or what.
Yeah.
When I fought on Bellator. You fought on Bellator. I fought on some giant places, and it just didn't seem. I wasn't worried about everybody else. Only people that I was ever worried about watching me was my friends and family.
Yeah.
And they were at both of them. So.
Yeah, and most of the crowd was usually your friends and family. But like, so for me, I think if I fought in an empty building, I probably actually would like that.
I probably would too.
Yeah, like so fighting the Enterprise Center now?
Yeah.
Trade when we fought there, like I liked that better than going to fucking Ameristar and fighting because like the people are pushed back. And I don't have some fuckhead who just paid $100 to sit next to this cage
yelling stupid shit,
yelling at me like dumbass shit. I hated that.
And they always were yelling something stupid. I was watching one of my old fight videos, and I was talking to my buddy, my biker buddy, and who's sitting next to my wife, who were ringside. I was talking to them while I was kneeing this guy in the stomach, and I was like, I probably shouldn't have.
Dude, yeah.
I shouldn't have done that, but it was just right there. And I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? Where are you guys going after this?
So patronizing. Yeah, I'm like, man, if I'm focused on these guys, I'm not focused on the fight. So it's probably like a detriment to me even noticing that they were there. But I did. I fucking noticed it. I didn't like it. Notice.
And you're gonna have people yell stupid stuff, and it's gonna get in your head. Like, kick over the nuts, man. What the hell you mean, kick me in the nuts? You're gonna think about that. And it's weird.
Sometimes I'm like, damn, dude, why are they? What the fuck did I do to you, bro? Why don't you like me?
And
because I'm not from here, and he's your friend. Got it.
He's your uncle's cousin.
Yeah.
Freaking. But you can hear everything in those empty stadiums, which is really wild.
Yeah.
You can hear. You can hear both coaches.
Everything.
When the hell can you hear your coach when you're in a fight? Very rarely was I able to hear people.
Yeah.
And everybody heard me because of my weird voice, but hearing both coaches. You could hear what that coach is telling the guy, and you see him set it up, and you can probably get out of the way. It's probably weirder to fight in that with that aspect of it.
Probably. And some people feed off the energy.
Yeah.
Like, they need that crowd.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I don't think you'd see Conor McGregor fight an empty stadium for more than one reason, but I don't think you'd see him do that.
Yeah, that guy. I know Connor's your boy, right?
I mean, I like him. I like aspects of him. I like a lot. I like a lot of
How many times is he
people.
gonna retire? Like, Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know. He's definitely a drama queen.
Showman for sure.
He's a showman, and he definitely knows how to market. And I think that's gonna be the huge thing.
Yeah. Well, dude, he legitimately, like, he changed some shit, like, as far as combat sports are concerned and how people are getting paid and, like, what is potential now.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a possibility
Yeah.
until he came around with some of these dollars. But, like, the dude, like, he'll win belts and then he doesn't defend them, and he's always doing this next big thing, but he's not fighting anymore.
With that being said, I think he got humbled a little bit too.
Yeah.
I think because when he came out and fought Cowboy, you didn't see Conor McGregor that was the past Conor McGregor.
He also wrecked.
No, but it built up for it. He didn't talk shit. He didn't really talk a whole lot of shit on him.
Yeah.
And he didn't come out and wasn't an asshole and all that stuff. And after the fight, he went over and was super respectful. I was like, sometimes you need that in life. Some people need to be humbled.
Well, and also, like, you get so much success, and it's like you lose the chip on your shoulder. You know what I mean? He doesn't have anything to prove anymore. He already fucking was the 2-division champion. He's already wrecked the fucking, Jose Aldo when he was a fucking, like, nobody.
Nobody could touch him.
Yeah, dude, he was like,
we watched that
he was
fight,
almost
didn't
like a god at the time, right? Yeah,
we watched that at Clinton's.
Yep, it's like Jose Aldo was like untouchable, dude. Like,
Nobody
you
could.
can't fuck with that guy, and then he
Breaking
just
people's legs with kicks.
and he puts them down. You know what I mean?
Down
And
seconds.
he's just. Obviously Nate Diaz fucked him up. He was able to get some revenge for that, and even that's kind of debatable who you talk to. But it's just like he definitely doesn't have the same, like, hunger and drive. You know what I mean? Which, why would you? The dude makes more money off of alcohol sales.
Yeah. And a one boxing match. I think he probably made more in one boxing match than he did with
Yeah.
one.
So he's always looking for these paydays. So
Yeah.
there's no real drive there to fight
No.
anymore. So for me, it doesn't even. I don't. He could sign any contract to fight. It really wouldn't even excite me personally, just because of all the antics and shenanigans.
Some people love the antics and shenanigans.
Some people do.
I am antics and shenanigans, but when he fought Nate Diaz, I was like, this is not a good fight for him.
No.
And everybody was like, what do you mean? So he's probably not going to win. Nate Diaz can take everything he's going to hit him with.
Dude.
And he's probably going to take him down.
Yeah.
And he's going to get destroyed. And everybody thought that was crazy. So I was like, listen, I'm like number one Irish. I was like, trust me, I'm telling you that he's probably getting his ass kicked.
Just a bad matchup.
And I said the same thing. I said I called both of his fights he lost. And I was like, I knew freaking Khabib was going to take him down and just hit him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have, he's got decent takedown defense, but Khabib's wrestling was so much better than his takedown defense. I'm like, this is not going to be a good fight.
Dude, and Khabib doesn't fuck around. He's not about the antics. He's sitting there beating Conor up. Oh, talk now. Say something now.
Which is antics in itself, but you're right.
Oh, it is. It 100% is. But he waited till they got in the fight.
Yep.
He didn't say shit leading up. He's like, all right, bitch, now what?
I like that.
I'm about this life. I
liked a lot of people. All my Irish friends are probably gonna hate on me for this. I loved when he jumped out of the cage to go fight people in the crowd.
That was the.
I was like, that's shit that I would do.
Dude, he was not fucking right. He's like, all
I'm
right,
gonna
now.
kick your ass too.
He's like,
jumped off the ring. And
dude,
kicked
he's
it in
going
the face.
after everybody, bro. Dude, I
loved it.
I loved it too. That was awesome.
I'm Irish, and I should be. I don't just back somebody blindly, I guess.
Right.
But I was like, man, he's talking shit to this dude. If this dude's gonna fuck him up,
well,
and then we jumped out and he went to fight. Khabib wasn't doing entertainment though.
No,
he was there to kick the shit out of people.
That was real. But I'm just saying, for us as spectators, it's all entertainment. We're there to watch people be savages and fight. That's what we want to fucking see. And then he took it out of the cage, even like, oh, fuck yeah.
And that's shit. That's kind of shit that I would do.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody pissed me off enough, I would jump out of the ring and go beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least a younger me would do it.
Yeah, because it becomes personal.
Yeah.
Right. It's no more this sport. Right. Like you're talking about my family. You're talking about this and that, and it's just like, bro, you can't have that happen. Like, you made this too personal.
Yeah, you can't go too far. You go too far, there's no coming back from it, especially with me.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, I think there are a lot of fighters that you're gonna push them and push them and push them. Eventually, they're gonna be like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck you then. Here we go.
Yeah.
You're about to learn a lesson today.
I would take this fight for free now. Like, I just want to put a hurting on you.
And some of the antics that people do, I mean, they're just to get in your head too.
Yeah.
So if you can keep that, and that's what Khabib did. He didn't let him get in his head.
Right.
So,
Dude, you know who I want to see fight? Now we're sitting here thinking about it. I wouldn't mind seeing, Jorge Masvidal fucking fight either Khabib or Connor.
I'd love to see both.
Oh, dude, that'd be so.
I love Masvidal.
How disappointing is it he got passed over for this next fight with Usman?
He's trying to get out of the UFC from
He
what I was
needs
hearing.
to, man. They're fucking him over hard, man. I can't remember who's about to fight Usman. The guy, is it the guy who just beat up Tyron?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
whatever his name is. But like, why is it not Masvidal? Like, he's already proven he's the next guy.
More than once.
Yeah, he doesn't matter. You ask him to fight somebody, he's gonna fight him.
He freaking destroyed Funky.
Yeah, and he's taking fights he doesn't even need to take. He's fucking beating people up. He's a fucking fighter. Mm-hmm. He's a real fighter.
I mean, he's been fight. I mean, remember watching the Kimbo Slice shit when he was on those?
I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah,
until
he
was talking
UFC.
about it, and then I went back and I watched it again. I'm like, oh, I remember this fucking
In
fight.
the backyard in that shitty ring.
Yeah, man.
And he submitted the guy too. I remember he submitted a guy. And
Yeah.
I remember he did a lot of. I remember a couple of fights.
Dude, he's beating up people, twice the size.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just patient, sick ass hands, fucking killing people in the body. Sitting there doing body shots in street fights. Like, who's doing that shit?
Very, very few people.
Man.
I still love body shots and street fights, but
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm just usually because I can't reach their head.
I'm gonna go all old school boss route and just deliver this fucking some.
That's where I learned that crap.
Yeah.
Training over at Bosses.
Dude,
Kimbo was there when I was training at Bosses.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Dang.
that was wild.
I bet it was.
I was
Dude.
begging to spar him. I was watching it because Kimbo had really small legs.
This is before people really knew, like, whenever he first got in MMA, it was like, oh, he was just like, he was like urban legend, right? Because he's in there fucking people up in the
And
streets.
yep.
Nobody knew he didn't have any, like, wrestling or cardio or anything like that, jiu-jitsu. But, like, it's Kimbo fucking Slice. Bad motherfucker.
And he was training with Boss, and it was wild. I was like, and I watched him hit mitts one day, and I went and I said, "Hey, you guys can I spar him?" I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I said, "I'm gonna spar him."
He's like 230 pounds.
They're like, "What do you?" What? And then finally, the boxing coach goes, "Well, what are you planning on doing?" I said, "I'm taking him down and taking his leg." He was like, "No, you're not sparring him at all now." I wasn't gonna stand with him. You think I'm nuts? I'm not crazy.
That's how you die.
I'm
Dude,
not standing
I
with
remember
him.
the old school fight where Kimbo was like, he must have been high on something because he's like, fucking hit me. And this guy's just like wailing on him. And then he just finally said, whoop, boom, hits him with the fucking hook, breaks the dude's eye socket.
I remember that.
Dude.
You guys, I looked like it was gonna fall out of his head.
Dude, it was bad.
It was wild.
It was bad. I'm like, how do you take those shots? Like, I mean, obviously adrenaline and shit, but he must have been high on something.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe not.
he was working for a strip club or a porn company.
Was he?
He was working for a porn company in Florida when he was doing the street fights. I can't remember the name of it. Like, it was like something Kings or something like that.
Okay.
But he was working for a porn company, and they got a lot of videos and stuff. And there's probably a lot of drugs in the porn business, I would bet.
I would imagine.
So if there is in the strip club business, probably in the porn
I'm
business.
sure there's a lot of overlap there. Yeah, no, everything I've heard though, he's like the sweetest fucking
He
human.
was. Dude, did you go to the Bellator, the press conference?
I didn't.
I was sitting there, and I don't want to talk ill of the dead, but I could tell he could tell he had been crying. And when he came out, he was wearing his sunglasses and his big fake necklace.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I talked to him in person because the fighters got to talk to him. And I went, "Hey, how you doing?" And I could tell in his voice is kind of cracking, and you could tell he cried. I'm like, "What's going on?" I went and I talked to somebody, and they said, "Yeah, he has terrible stage fright." I said, "What?" I said, "Holy crap!" I mean, everybody gets a little bit, but you would think on that level, on the stuff he's done. I started thinking, I was like, most of his fights were on video was like 9 people.
Yeah, not many people around.
So, and he had his stage fright. It was that was at Ballpark Village.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That is interesting, man.
He was a really sweet guy, though.
Yeah, that's everything that I've ever heard. It's interesting though because like, just because you see somebody on TV or even if they like perform in front of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, they can still be super shy individuals in their personal life.
I mean, how many stars have we met over the years fighting that you would think were going to be assholes?
Yeah.
And they were super cool. I mean, Matt Hughes used to put up our freaking cages, and him and his brother put our cages up we fought in and took them down.
Yeah.
He took pictures of everybody.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Matt Hughes just out and about.
I saw him at I was in Florissant eating at a buffet, and I ran into him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always nice as hell to me.
Right.
So
One of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yep. I mean, I've heard a lot of bad stuff about him over the years. People hated him and how big of a bully he was. But I mean, I heard about how nice he is too. I mean, one of his Muay Thai coach, Don Hyatt,
Yeah.
a very good friend of mine. He worked he owned a shop that was right next to a strip club, and
Yeah.
one of his old lady works at the club, and he was Muay Thai coach for Robbie Lawler and freaking and Matt Hughes.
Oh shit.
No bullshit.
Well, you can. I mean, I feel like we all have the capability of, you're either the hero or the fucking villain in someone's story. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And every time I ever saw him, he was just kind of chill, kind of quiet,
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out to himself.
And I mean, people, I get viewed as different things all the time too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just base everybody off of how they treat me or how I see them treat other people.
Yeah.
You know, you could tell me 500 stories about somebody, and I'm like, that might have been something he did in the past, and he changed. You don't know. I don't know where he is now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
well, he might have been a piece of shit then. I mean, I've never been a good person my entire life. I've done stupid shit.
100%.
And then I have people that I've never done stupid shit to. They're like, they would never believe the big asshole I've been in the past. So,
Dude, yeah, I've even told my girlfriends, I'm like, listen, I've been a fucking pretty big asshole. Like, I'm not just some fucking angel, dude.
Yep.
Like, that's just being human, right? Like, we're these complex fucking creatures, and nobody's this or that.
I think one of the best things about me is one of the best and worst things about me is I don't have a filter.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll catch myself doing something or saying something, and I'll say it out loud. And the beautiful thing is I say it and I hear myself say it, and I go, "Well, that's fucked up. You think that way." And I have to do a retrospective and kind of look myself in the mirror. I mean, I've said shit to friends, and I went, "You know, it's fucked up. You said that, man." And I've sit down and I think about it myself, and I change. I get better from it.
Yeah.
As bad as it is that I just say shit and don't think about it.
Yeah.
It makes me better because I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, the important piece is like you reflect on it, and then you analyze, and you're just like, fuck, man, like that wasn't cool, and then you adjust from there.
I mean, I guess you gotta be open minded with it too.
Yeah. Well, that whole ego thing, right?
Yep.
Like your ego, because your ego's gonna fight tooth and nail. Yep. Be like, no, bro, you're fucking right. You're cool. Fuck them.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does, dude.
I've said shit. I said shit to friends, and I'd say it, and I catch myself and go, you know, that was, yeah, that offended them. Man, I need to either change the way I think or change friends that it doesn't offend. And it's easier for me to change the way I think than it is change friends.
Yeah, it really is. Dude, sometimes I'll say some shit and I'll be thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, like that wasn't very positive. Like,
No.
why are you saying that shit? Like, just be more fucking positive.
Yep. Exactly, and I'm the same way. I try to be as positive as I possibly can be.
Yeah.
If you wake up hungover every day, you're not very positive. So that's why I've been cutting back on my drink.
Dude, yeah, well, it fucks up everything, dude.
Yeah, you have to drink a beer to freaking get rid of your hangover, and that's when you start thinking maybe I'm an alcoholic. And so I'm smashing a beer at 7 a.m. so I can go to when I was doing concrete, I'd smash a beer at 7 a.m. because I'm so hungover, and I was like, man, this is probably bad.
Yeah, like I don't
this.
think normal people do this. Sometimes you need a shower beer.
Shower beer is a beautiful thing. There's always empty beer can in my shower from me.
You know what's weird though, man? Like, what's better than just like getting a little tipsy or a little drunk or something on a nice fucking day?
True.
Dude, just nice weather. Maybe you got some friends around, or maybe you don't got some friends around. It's fucking nice out though. You're just enjoying the fucking scenery, and you get a little buzzed.
So as long as I don't, my thing is I won't stop.
Yeah, that's
and,
my
then,
problem.
and then it turns in I come home at 8 a.m. from the strip club or something, and my wife's pissed off, and I'm drinking a beer then.
Yeah, if it gets too crazy. Yeah, well, it's a slippery slope, right?
It is. It's a very slippery slope with me.
Because one day will turn into 2 days, and 2 days will turn into a fucking week,
Yes.
and it's
Ugh.
like before you know it, you're drinking every fucking day. It's like I just tell myself like, what's the real benefit to me drinking right now, other than feeling good in the moment, which is just like just kind of like instant gratification, like some pleasure. But it's like I usually feel like shit the next day. Like I'm feeling super lethargic today.
Yeah, me too.
From like drinking yesterday. And it's like, that wasn't really... It was positive, but it wasn't at the same note. It's like, fuck, man.
Sometimes, I mean, I get to the point now where I start drinking, and I'm like, you need to stop at this time, and I'm able to stop myself from drinking too much now.
Nice. I keep telling myself I'm just going to quit drinking entirely.
I say that all the time.
I say it all the time, and I can go long periods without drinking. Like, I don't have, like, this super strong urge. Like, I could probably, within a year, maybe drink... maybe like a couple handfuls of times, maybe,
No,
or less even. But it's just like it is harder on the social front. It's like going to fight parties or just going to grab some dinner with some friends or something.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes it's nice just to have a drink with the meal and just fucking be
Yeah.
social.
That's until freaking weed becomes legal and mushrooms become legal, and then I think alcohol is gonna go kind of out the window a lot.
Yes, I hate that we even compare
I know.
those substances to alcohol, but it's just alcohol is just what most people are
Yeah,
familiar with.
it's legal, and that's the big thing.
Right, but it's like that is a literal poison. You know what I'm saying? Like alcohol and like this nicotine, tobacco shit. Like these are poisons, but like
They will
cannabis will not
It
do
will not
that.
kill you at all.
Psilocybin will not
No.
do that. In fact, psilocybin and a lot of psychedelics they're anti-addictive. They will make you not be addicted. You have a powerful enough trip, you're like, oh, I don't want that again.
I don't want to be a crackhead anymore after these mushrooms.
Dude.
And it really does do that. A lot of people with ayahuasca and stuff. I had a buddy that was talking to he's a super big hippie guy. He was telling me about one of his buddies does the frog thing
Yeah,
down in Mexico. That he was like, you should try that one day. I was like,
I think that's
that-
5-MeO
that-
DMT.
that might be right.
I think so.
I said that might be a little much for anybody.
Be intense.
that-
I was actually planning a trip down to the plan was to go to Peru in June before all this shit fucking went off. And I think we were gonna do some ayahuasca and then I think maybe some mescaline and I think 5-MeO DMT was gonna be a part of the experience as well. It was gonna be wild.
He might not come back from Peru. He's be like, I'm staying here forever from now on.
If it weren't for my kids. If it weren't for the fucking kids. It's just so high on my list to go experience that. I definitely have got to make
And
that
peyote
happen.
and all that craziness.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking expand consciousness. Dude, one time I did a microdose of some psilocybin, and I went and rolled jujitsu, and it was the best training day I have ever fucking had, bro. Like living in the Matrix, bro. You can just see the code. And it didn't matter who you were, dude. Like, I was fucking you up that day. Like, for real, dude. Like, I had my best day of rolling. And, like, speaking of my elbow, like, being sore, like, it was fucked up at that time, too. And, but my elbow wasn't hurting. Because, like, you know, sometimes you start doing these psychedelics. And, like, for me, anyway, I always feel, like, super, like, in tune with my body. Like, I always kind of, like, want to, like, stretch and shit. Like, well, like, my arm didn't hurt. And I'm doing jujitsu. And I'm just like, well, this shit's going to hurt tomorrow. Like, for sure. It didn't hurt the next day, bro. It was like weeks of healing happened with that one psychedelic
That's
experience.
crazy.
It was the craziest. I keep telling people about it, and I have a hard time even believing it. But it fucked. But then I started doing jujitsu again pretty heavy after all this COVID shit, and I hurt my fucking arm again. Like,
Oh.
fucking.
I was like, that's what. Well, they're making it legal and making psilocybin legal in a bunch of states now.
Well, it's just yeah, dude. They're at least decriminalizing it.
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more acceptance because it's helping people with PTSD, you know, helping people with depression, anxiety, you know, all these fucking mental disorders. And whether it's going to be, you know, psilocybin mushrooms or MDMA is helping a lot of people, like there's a lot of therapeutic benefits to these psychedelics.
Yes.
For sure.
I believe it. I believe in that. Believe in that a lot. I've watched a lot of videos and stuff like that. That it does help with. Imagine if it fixes depression to the level that a lot of people are having that experience with. It's like nobody believed it when the weed was taken, when they're giving the oil to these little girls that are having seizures, and it changes the seizure.
Right.
How crazy was that? People are like, that's not real. You don't want that to be real.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It's like, she's not acting.
Yeah.
She's not. That 4-year-old girl is not have a seizure. You can't teach a 4-year-old how to have a seizure.
Yeah.
You know, and then turn it off.
Yeah, dude.
There's no 4-year-old that's that good an actor.
No, not at
So,
all.
and people are like, there's no way it's real. What do you think they're doing?
Right. Because it doesn't fit in this
Yeah,
pharmaceutical model that you're
or-
so used to.
Or your view that you can't change.
Right.
You know, and that's what a lot of problem with the world is. People will not change their view no matter what evidence you give them. They won't change
Right.
their fucking view.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
To have your opinion changed. You know what I mean? Like we identify with these things as
Yeah.
us so bad.
I never found it uncomfortable. I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah.
I'm okay with changing. But if I'm wrong about something, I'll go, you know what, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? I see where you're coming from. I need to change the way I look at this because this is wrong.
Well, more of us need to be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And people should. And people would never look at me and think that I am that way.
Well, so many people like they don't really search for truth; they just search for confirmation
Yeah,
bias,
yeah.
like
So
confirmation rather, to serve their bias.
stroke their ego.
Yeah, dude, that's all they're doing is trying to stroke the
I'm right.
ego.
Let me bring up my 9 friends that are gonna tell me I'm right, and then tag them in our argument.
Then you get mob mentality.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then it turns into douchebags.
which is why I can't be on Facebook.
Yes, I need to step back away from it myself.
Dude, it's just a headache.
I have my 2 profiles, and I don't even go on my main one anymore.
Yeah.
I stay on my other one.
I messaged you on the main one. I
Yeah.
should just text you. I had your fucking number.
I just stay on my other one, and because I don't get banned on it, and I do all my memes on it, and I don't write insane shit anymore, so I don't get banned.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if it's like if you get banned once, then
They
it's
keep an eye on you.
yeah, it's
Has
easy.
to.
It's easier to get banned. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh well, fuck this guy.
I got banned. I was going for a year writing just outlandish couple years writing outlandish shit, never been banned.
Yeah.
And then I got banned for 24 hours, a week, and a month within about a week.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Well, I see people with multiple accounts, and it's like it's always the same account getting
Yeah.
banned.
Yep.
And then they'll go to the other one, and there'll be no issues.
Yeah.
And they haven't really changed their behavior, but like the other one is getting banned, and this one's not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what the fuck's going on there?
Exactly. And I think Facebook's turning into some freaking like futuristic crazy shit where they're deciding what you can and can't say, and they're changing everything about the world these days.
Dude, the world is changing. People are giving up freedoms left and fucking
Yeah.
right now, dude.
And I mean, the outlook, and you're finding out a lot about your friends though too.
Yeah.
So you find out like, oh, I didn't know you were a piece of shit racist. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not talking to you anymore. And I see that a lot. I've deleted hundreds and hundreds of people recently.
Yeah.
Like, why are you saying this? I was like, look, my family are cops, and I was like, and I don't view it the same way you view it.
Right.
This is bullshit. And a lot of people they see I don't know if it is mob mentality or what it is, but they see that other people think like them, or or whatever it is, and they decide to just jump on and say the most outlandish shit.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? How do you think like that?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, again with ego, everybody wants to make something about them, but it's like, what the fuck was I gonna say to you, Danny? Oh, people have a hard time seeing past their own struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, well, my life's fucking hard and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, then they want to just discredit all of this other valid
Yeah.
shit just because it's not about them or, their own struggle or something.
And that's what I always tell people. I say, it's not about you. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter. It's not about you. You haven't lived that life.
Right.
And that's what I say. I mean, I've had people say racist shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people be racist against me.
Right.
I've had people look at me and go, he's got a shaved head, and he looks like a freaking neo-Nazi.
Yeah,
And it pisses
skinhead.
me off. But I can put a hat on and not look like that anymore. And you go and you're like, well, I have people like, I mean, I could say that and be like, that's how I understand people that are black and how they're being treated. I cannot understand that because I can change this shit really quick by putting a hat on. And that's why it bothers me a lot of the people, the way they're talking and acting these days.
Right. Well, I'm a fucking broken record, but like a lot of people want to confuse their economic struggle with that of like being a person of color.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the same thing because there are a lot of overlapping struggles there. But you can overcome one of them, and you can't change the way you fucking look. And like, you can be a white person and solve that economic piece. You can get money, you can move to a nicer neighborhood, and you're probably going to be welcome when you get to that neighborhood. But how many black people have also solved that economic piece, got money, moved to a nicer neighborhood,
Still.
and then there goes the fucking neighborhood, and then you have white flight, and that's why we have subdivisions. That's
Yeah.
why we have O'Fallon and Lake St. Louis and all those fucking places because people were fleeing the city where black people were.
That's exactly where my family came from.
Right.
They went from Jennings to Lake St. Louis.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there's still shit there, but it's always like, well, the cops treat me like shit, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, dude, you're poor too. We're all poor. like we're broke.
I bring this up. I used to get pulled over all the time in North County. And I always joked it was driving while white, which is kind of an ignorant thing to say now I think about it. But I got pulled over because they thought I was down in certain areas to buy drugs.
Oh.
But people are like, well, if that happened to you, why you don't bitch about it all the time? I said, yeah, because I didn't get arrested or shot when I got let go.
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't. And I mean, there's a lot of places that there are cops that are super racist. I don't really think I don't think I know any cops that are racist,
Yeah.
but I probably do and just don't know it. But most of the cops I've talked to about the shit that's going on now, they're like, they got fucked up.
Yeah.
That guy's fucked up. He shouldn't have done that.
Well, even if a person isn't maybe directly racist in the sense of like they're like, "Oh, I hate all black people," you may hold an unconscious bias that you don't realize that you have against a large group of people.
Absolutely, and I've caught myself. I mean, I personally, and I'm honest about everything I say. I've caught myself say shit, and I went, you know what? That was fucked up.
Dude, I've done it too.
I said something to a buddy, and I was like, well, the kid's dad's probably not here. His parents probably not in the picture. And after I said it, I went, "What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Why do you think like that?" And I literally, it made me sit down and think about my way I thought about shit. It made me change the way I thought about it. Say, even saying that as a joke isn't fucking cool.
Right. Well, I think that's the thing that we all need to do is just like hold ourselves accountable and be like, man, why the fuck did I say that? Why do I think that? Like shit.
Surprisingly, some of the shit I've said is the one that's changed me the most, and it's also shit that I regret the most. I mean, a lot of times I say shit and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because if I absolutely believe it, I'm cool with what I said.
Yeah, you'll take the consequences.
I'll take the consequences with it. But if I say it and I was like, you don't really think like that you knew,
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of review how you look at things.
Right.
So
I don't even like the fact that we say racist because we're all the human race.
Yeah.
We don't really hate races. Like we hate melanin. We don't like the skin pigment of another person. That's it.
Yep.
Like you're a melanist. If it like you don't like that somebody has more melanin than you or less. Like that's it.
I've worked on the east side, and most of my customers were not white people.
Yeah.
And those were my best tippers. I was like, that's why. I mean, I was like, I had a lot of them that came up, and I was the barbecue man.
Yeah.
In a strip club parking lot in East St. Louis.
Right.
And if I was racist, I probably would not have been able to keep that job.
Right. Fuck, dude.
Most of my clients were black guys and Mexicans and stuff like that. It's like that was most of the people that came to the strip club,
We're all just people.
or the ones that ate at the barbecue at the strip club, I should say.
Yeah, because everybody's coming.
Yeah, everybody's coming. A lot. It's either drunk white chicks or.
Well, dude, that's where the party keeps going, bro.
Food's good. My food is good.
Yeah, man.
But
You still like the barbecue?
I still love the barbecue.
It didn't like ruin it for you?
No, I only got to barbecue a certain few things. I can make some fucking ribs, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I love I'm biased because I make them.
That's okay.
But I love cooking, man.
Yeah.
I still to this day love cooking.
I enjoy it too.
I mean, I did it for so many years.
Barbecue is one of those things I'm not good at. I'm trying. It's a craft, man.
I'll teach
It's
you.
a true skill. Like I'm trying to get better at it. Well, like I started a barbecue like back in the day, and then I lived in a number of apartments, and they would never let you have a grill.
Yeah.
So it's like now we have a grill. It's like now I'm trying to get
Yeah,
my
you got charcoal or what?
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I see people that are like, I'm a really good barbecue guy. I'm like, oh, you are? That's awesome. I go and I see they have a gas grill. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, bro.
Come on with that
shit. Yeah, I got one that has like a smoker on the side.
Oh, people get so I talk shit. Sorry, I just talk so much shit on people with the pellet smokers, and I don't own one, and I've never used one. But
Yeah.
I still just talk shit on them. They get mad. Like I'm gonna smoke this for 24 hours. I'm like, no, that's gonna smoke it for 24 hours. You're putting it in and pressing a button and walking away.
Set it and forget it. Yeah, like those Traeger grills.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't have one of those.
No, me neither.
Those things are fucking nice though. Would you get one?
I don't think so.
Someone's like,
maybe.
Dan, here, take this, bro.
Maybe if
It's
I
free.
get-
It's free, bro. It's yours.
I would take it if it's free. I take anything that's free. I was poor.
Would you use it? Would you use it?
I might sell it. No,
Flip it.
I probably would use it. But I can smoke stuff now with just soaking wood in water and putting it with some charcoal and offsetting it from the heat.
Yeah.
And then you're good.
Yeah.
'Cause I can cook ribs and I've cooked a lot of things that are people. There's no way that's gonna work like that. It does work like that. I've done it for 5 years.
Yeah,
I
you
did
can
it for
make it
5
happen.
years, 4 times a week.
Yeah. You got like a favorite barbecue spot in the city
Oh
or around here anywhere?
man, I love Sugar Fire, but I mean,
Yeah.
Pappy's is still up there too, and
Yeah.
we had Little Dickies not long ago, or I think it was Little Dickies. That was really good.
I've never heard of them.
I said Little Dicky. I'm fucking up that with the movie, the TV show.
Yeah, Little Dicky.
Little Dicky. I think
Yeah.
it's Little Dickies. There's maybe something like that.
Or Dave's.
Something like that. Oh, Dave's? Where's that?
I don't know. I thought maybe you're fucking up the
No,
name.
I probably am fucking up the name. I fuck up names like
Oh,
I
I
got
don't know.
punched in the head too many times.
Dude, there's this place over here on Page called I think Miss Piggy's Smokehouse.
I've seen it.
Dude,
I've never
it's
been there.
apparently. Well, I was reading this this article that was written about like old school barbecue places in the city that people don't really know about, and they wrote the guy who wrote it ended up going around with Dave Sandusky, who owns Beastcraft Barbecue. And so he was like taking like a little tour of like some of these places, and I think and they might even been going to all like black owned ones or whatnot. That was one on the list. I'm like, man, I gotta check this fucking place out, bro. I got their fucking pork steak. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good, dude. Holy shit! I've been on a mission to just try all these hole in the walls in different places in the city. We have such good barbecue
Well,
here,
Father's
bro.
Day is Sunday. That's the day to do that.
It's a good day to do
Because
it.
there's a lot of places do like Father's Day barbecue stuff.
Oh,
Sugar
yeah.
Fire does. They have like I remember last year we got 24-ounce pork steaks.
Ooh,
Oh, dude.
that sounds good. Have you had the pork steaks from His and Hers Barbecue?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's tender. It's good flavor.
I need to go to hit more barbecue places.
His and Hers is out there by you.
I need to try it out. I know where it's at. I've seen it. I just haven't been there.
Yeah.
Usually when I say I want barbecue, my wife goes and gets barbecue. She's like that. She's like that mom that's like, I want McDonald's. We got that shit at home. It's like, I want some. I want to go get some barbecue. She goes and gets. She goes and gets some barbecue. I'm like, go cook it. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, she goes and buys all the meat. And
She knows I can cook it.
Yeah, she's like, just make it yourself, motherfucker.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll make you a McDonald's sandwich at home.
Dude, the other day, I think it was last Wednesday, we went out to we went and got some Big Muddies from that Emos. You know what I'm talking about? Those
That's all by me.
yeah, dude, it's out there by you can only get that pizza.
Because it's almost next door.
Yeah, because there's Emos in that Sugar Fire right there in that same building.
I got that the day it came out. I follow the Sugar Fire Wing Haven,
Yeah.
and we're name dropping them. They should sponsor you.
Fuck yeah, they should.
They posted it. They're like, we're gonna try this today, and I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. We went right there and got 2 of them.
Dude, yeah, we got 2.
Yeah.
We fucking went for Wacky Wednesdays. Buy one, get one, bro. Dude, those things are so fucking good. It's their brisket. What is it? It's the brisket
sausage.
Yeah, it's like a jalapeno sausage
Yeah.
and then their red and white barbecue sauces. Dude, people talk shit on St. Louis style pizza or thin crust, whatever you want to call it.
Can't
Like,
fuck with that.
dude, I fucking love thin crust
Me
pizza,
too.
bro. Like,
I
I
do
don't
too.
like all the bread. I
And
like the crisp. I like texture.
And that cheese. Everybody hates that cheese. I love that cheese.
I buy the cheese from Aldi.
It's like, was it Provel?
Provel.
Yep.
Yeah, I fucking buy it all. We got some cheese in the fridge from the. Dude,
Nope, nobody believes that's any good. But I was like, I can put that on a couple of different
It
things.
has
It's
like a
good.
smoky flavor to it, dude. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I love it.
I fucking love it, dude.
I just bought some new shit. My buddy was talking about. It's Parmesan, it's Parmesan truffle and black garlic. It's
sounds good.
and I put it on some fucking from popcorn yesterday. It was fire as hell.
Nice. Yeah, that does sound good. I don't like how they associate St. Louis style pizza with Emos exclusively because it's literally just thin crust pizza is
Yeah.
all it is. Like
Other places have that.
they do, and like also if you're from St. Louis, then you should know about like Cecil Whitaker's,
Yeah.
which I usually fuck with them over Emos anyway.
Panteras.
Yeah, like there's a lot of good.
I went and
options,
picked my
bro.
dad up and took him to Panteras. There's not many of them around anymore.
No.
I think there's like 2 left in St. Louis.
Really? Yeah, there's not.
There was a shit ton when we were kids.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not from here, so.
There was a shit ton of like in North County. I was like, I lost my virginity in Pantera's bathroom. Actually, I used to go to Pantera's all the time.
Damn, that's a
Play
spot.
Golden Axe. Oh,
Damn, old school, dude.
I'm old, man.
That's all right. We're all getting there, dude. Shit.
How old are you now?
I'll be 33 in December.
Shit, you're young still.
32, yeah.
I'll be 38 in November.
You're still
Oof.
young too, fuckhead.
I don't feel it.
Well, our body. See, that's the thing, though. In age, like we're young, like in the grand scheme of things, and like even like I live a healthier lifestyle, so I feel like if I like tested, like I would probably even test younger than I am. But like my body is beat the fuck up. It's older than the average 30-year-old body.
I'll be like going to wipe my own ass and my shoulder starts to pop out. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Dude, oh my god, so I had to have surgery on this shoulder. Now it's like golden, and then I was mountain biking, and I went over the fucking handlebars, and then now this shoulder's like semi fucked up, and it's like can't catch a break, man.
Nope.
I quit mountain biking after that day. I'm like, juice isn't worth the squeeze, man. Fuck this shit.
My knees are jacked these days. My knees and my neck. My neck and my shoulder. I wake. I get name off 90 things. If I sleep wrong, I wake up and my shoulder's like half out of socket, and I gotta put it back in.
Yeah.
And then my hands are numb for half the day.
Yeah.
To shake them out and reach up and jazz hands for fucking 5 minutes in the morning.
Yeah.
To get your hands back.
Dude, you know what I started doing after I got shoulder surgery for pretty pretty much almost every day I like hang from a pull-up bar.
Oof.
Just grab it and just hang and just let everything decompress. I'll do it both pull-up hand position and like a chin-up hand position, and it just helps stretch everything the fuck out and just maintain that shoulder
That's a
health.
good idea.
Dude, and
I might have to do that.
how easy is that? It doesn't really take any work, and you're actually getting some grip strength out of it.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I want to get that. I want to do that, and then I've always been thinking about that inversion table.
yeah, that's a good move too. I was thinking about getting one. I used to have one, and I sold it because I need some money. It was like after I got fired from my job, I'm like, fuck, dude, I need some goddamn money. Let me sell all my stuff.
If I forgot where Batman got his, where it was a pull-up bar and he just hung upside down.
Yeah,
Remember
those
that?
moon boots is what
Yeah.
those are called. I think those are called moon boots.
I think I'd get
But-
stuck up there. I'd probably get stuck up there.
That might be too much inversion for me. So I had an inversion table, and like you can adjust how much it actually will go, because you want to like kind of like build up a tolerance to that. And I was like, oh well, fuck, I'm just so head first into everything. I went all the way and like hanging upside down and shit, and like I almost stretched out my back too much,
Oh, wow.
and like almost like destabilized my shit, fucked up my back for like weeks.
Fuck.
I was like, shit, dude, oh fuck.
I got a similar story. I yes and you all the time. Yes and I got this too.
Yeah.
My neck was so bad for a long time. I had the thing that goes over the door and you crank.
Yeah.
You pull it real tight.
Yeah.
That thing broke on me. So what I did is I put I used a rope and a headgear. It almost killed me one time, actually. But I almost hung myself. I went to sleep and I woke up. I'm like, oh my god. But I did it so bad, my neck is straight from it. It didn't make me any taller, sadly. But I was decompressing my neck because it was so much pain from I severed a nerve in my neck a long time ago. Like I can't feel half. Since you know me, I couldn't feel this much in my hand.
Oh really?
I'm at good fist and I have to look and make sure it's there.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
can't feel these fingers.
Even as if you ever broke your hand in a fight, you might not even know it.
I might have.
Yeah.
These fingers pop out of socket and shit real bad. Like they just pop out that easy.
Oh wow, shit. Do you do anything like cryo or ice baths or anything?
When I trained all the time, I did.
Yeah.
I used to go to Sub-Zero all the time.
Right.
And I swear by that.
But what about now?
No. If I get sore, I probably start doing it. I'm starting to get back into training.
Yeah.
I think if I'm training like 3 or 4 times a week, I'll probably have to start going back and going
Yeah.
to chiropractor
Or
and
like
stuff.
hit the sauna. Like,
Yeah.
the sauna feels so
Ugh.
good. Yeah.
I want to do that for sure. I keep swearing it because I'm like, cause I'm not drinking so much these days. I'm like, I need to get rid of the water weight that I had gained.
Yeah.
I'm like 155 now, and I mean, I was like, I could probably sweat. I probably lose 10 pounds of water weight real easy.
Probably if you just kind of clean up some
Yep.
things, it should just fall right off you.
Yeah, so I'm cutting back on the drinking. So that's cutting it. That's weights fell off of me quick.
Yeah.
When you're not drinking like 19 beers a day.
Yeah. Are you sleeping?
I still sleep like shit.
Yeah, that's a big thing right
Yeah,
there.
I was like, sleeping's always been the big problem for me.
Yeah.
Even work on the east side for so many years.
Right.
3 a.m. my body wakes up like,
Just
get ready,
naturally, yeah.
get ready, because you're about to get hit.
Right.
So
It's just conditioned.
that's how it is, and it's been like a year since I worked there, and it's still like that.
It'll take some time. I wish, or not wish, but I've thought about trying to figure out a way how I can like make like a hyperbaric chamber and like sleep in that.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Well, like just the oxygen is just so good for you, good for your brain, good for your body, just help you recover.
With my luck, something would break, and that's how I would die.
I was watching, so Deja and I were watching the show Hannibal, which is like it's about like Hannibal Lecter,
Yeah.
like Silence of the Lambs and shit. So they turned it into a show. It's only 3 seasons.
I watched it when it was on.
Oh, did you?
Very little.
It's actually pretty good, but there was a scene in there where this chick was in this hyperbaric chamber, and like so they're pumping in oxygen, and I think that she was supposed to wear this bracelet to not build up static electricity. She wasn't wearing it, and then she like went to comb her hair, and then like boom, sparked, and she like went fucking just all this fire. All of a sudden, she's engulfed in fire, and then she died. But
That's crazy. I mean, that's
That
like
was-
spontaneous combustion. Shit.
that's exactly what happened. Yeah, it would scare the shit out of me, but.
Yeah, I wonder back in the day when that was. Why was it so common back in the day that spontaneous combustion that happened? Remember, like you read all this stuff when you were kids.
No, who the fuck is spontaneously
Dude,
combusting,
that
bro?
used to happen. There's like a lot of cases of it.
Really?
And then they were like, they could absolutely prove that it wasn't. They like fell asleep with a cigarette and shit. It's like they absolutely could prove it. But there's like they'd find like just their arms. like
Yeah.
just their arms, and then everything else was completely charred, and where they were sitting was completely charred, and then nothing else was burnt.
Oh, you know what? I have seen like
Yeah.
old school like shows like crime shows and shit where they're talking about people just like burning in their bed and shit.
I watch a lot of weird shit.
Like their fat will burn.
Yep, and they'll melt, and I mean, it was. I was reading some. I read books on it and stuff because it was really crazy.
Yeah.
And then, and that's when they were talking about people that were could light people on fire with their head back in the day, like fire starter
Oh, really?
and shit.
With
And I
their
always
mind?
thought I guess they were trying to plant it on that. It was wild. Like some of these books I read.
Wow.
I'd get drunk and fucking like, this looks like a cool book, and start reading.
Like, this is interesting.
But they had a bunch of things about strange deaths, and they had people that just vanished and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
There used to be a show on Spike TV back in the day about people dying in weird
Yeah.
ways. I can't remember what it's called.
Thousand Ways to Die.
Is that what it was called?
I think so.
I just remember it used to come on after the Ultimate
That
Fighter.
was on there. Remember, Spike TV was so bro hard when it came out, like, right in your face, Brondo style shit.
It was the best.
And we all watched it every fight. We have a fights, and then you had what military guy could kill what military guy? Remember that show?
Is that what it was called? Or
No,
that was the
it was
premise, right? It was like soldier versus
soldier,
soldier. Yeah,
yeah.
these different types of soldiers.
And they would
who's
do it.
better.
They would do it in they would just act out what they thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. There was a. Yeah, this maybe was the same show. Like they would take like a samurai and they
Yeah.
would take like a Viking
Yep.
and like.
They have a fight.
Yeah, I remember. Dude,
That was a cool show.
that was a great fucking show, dude. And then they would like show like the damage of the weapons and stuff. Oh,
We'd watch so much stupid shit back in the day when it was so good.
dude, I'd watch that today, bro.
I'd watch it right. I might go home and watch it.
I don't watch as much TV as I used to, man.
I watch too much, but it keeps me inside.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you're like the opposite, where it's
Yeah.
like most people like they need to get up off the couch and get out, and like you just need to sit your ass
Yeah.
the fuck down, stay inside.
I was talking to JW the other day, and when he started back up, he was like, "You have to wear your gi in." I'm like, "All right." And I had to get my plates done because they were past due, and I was like, I cannot afford to get pulled over and cops fuck with me, and maybe I might have an empty beer can I didn't know about in my car or some shit, you know.
Right.
So I had to get my plates done, and and I told JW, I was like, hey man, I have to leave here and go right to the place to get my plates done. Do we still have to wear the gi? Because I do not want to show up there wearing a gi and get into a fight and shit like that. And he said, you don't need any more stories. Just don't wear your gi in. You don't need any more stories. I'm like, I know.
That's funny. You know, it's funny. I had to get new plates pretty recently, and I definitely went in with my gi pants. I was wearing my gi pants. It was because I wanted to get there because I've been teaching this 6 a.m., and I wanted to get there before they fucking open. I didn't want to stand in line. I still stood in line for a fucking hour.
Oh, dude,
bro.
I was there for an hour and a half.
I'm like, what in the fuck, man? Like, shit. Standing there with my gi. I should have brought. There's a dude up in front of me. He brought a foldable chair, and he was just chilling in the chair. I'm like, I should have did what you did, homie. Now I know.
I thought about the same thing. I had a chair in my car. I almost went and got. But then I thought about it. I was like, there were so many old people standing in line. I was like, you know damn well if you get that chair, you're just gonna give it to one of them to sit in.
Yeah, you're not gonna use it anyway.
You're gonna be like, here you go, pregnant lady, sit in my chair.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, I probably should have still went and got it just for her. But then I was like, man, what if I get headed too far in line and then I don't get to see my chair again?
You might lose your spot too, bro.
I don't know.
Fuck the DMV, dude. Fuck the DMV.
They were ignorant as fuck when I was in there too.
Were they?
Why are they always so pissed off? You don't ever see them cheery. Is it that bad of a job?
It probably is. You got to deal with a lot of shitheads. Now, in all fairness, the lady who dealt with me, she was super cool.
Really?
She was super nice. Oh, I had all my shit that
Yeah.
I needed. I had all my ducks in a row.
Yep.
And like, so she was cool with me. And then the teller chick next to her, she was like, "Fuck, man, like that's the third person in a row who just fucking bitched at me.
Yeah.
Like, and this is first thing in the goddamn morning because they didn't have their fucking paperwork.
Yep.
It's like, listen, bitch, like get your shit together."
I looked because I went in there and didn't have all the stuff I needed more than once, and I
Yeah.
you had to turn around and leave. When I sat in the hour and a half, 2 hour line or whatever it was I was in, when I got to the front, they said I knew I had everything, but they were like, hey, we might have to send people home. They might have to send you home and have you come back. And I went, if you send me home, we're both being on 9 o'clock news. because there's no fucking way I'm coming back and sitting in that line again.
Right.
And I was like, and they're like, oh, okay. They let me go through, but they didn't have. I think they ran out of stuff they needed. And they're like, we're just gonna come back. Like, no, you're not. No,
well,
you're
it's
not.
a tense situation. We've been standing in line all day. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
And then they're almost always expecting some sort of confrontation.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, just like we were talking about earlier, like if you just treat people like humans and you just talk to somebody nice, like you're gonna be fine. But they're like so on edge sometimes that they're just like, well, you didn't have your paperwork, and they're just like talking at you.
Yeah,
you know what
not
I'm
to
saying?
you.
It's like, come on, man. Like, you don't got to be a fucking asshole right now. It's like, oh, I fucked up.
You know, there are assholes outside of there too. There have to be. You don't talk. You don't talk to. If you talk at people, you do that all day, every day.
Right.
There's kids. They're probably kids. They're probably miserable.
Right. Probably, man. Probably. Well, you know, it's not like those people get paid well.
You think they would, because it's got to be a government job, right?
Yeah, but
I'm sure they don't.
But they don't. They don't get paid well.
I don't see any Ferraris in the parking lot.
I mean, it doesn't. You don't need like the qualifications to get that job aren't very high. You know
be able to type and look at an ID.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like the probably biggest benefit of that job is you get off for every goddamn holiday, even the unimportant ones.
And you work till like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
But I mean, it's a pretty basic entry level type job. I mean.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, I've seen a lot of young people there. You see a lot of people that have been there forever.
Yeah. My sister worked at the DMV back in the day.
But how long did they work there?
She didn't work there.
You
for that
wouldn't think that people would stay in that job. Why would you want to be in that position? People don't want to go see you at all.
Yeah, it would suck. Nobody likes going to the DMV, bro. Nobody now. Huh? Shit, man. Let's wrap this up, homie.
All right. We talked about a lot of stuff today.
Well, dude, we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Dude, how do we do this every time? We talk like, holy shit, it's been an hour and a half. We did that last time.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like the conference.
We just have fun talking.
Well, that's what you're like. What we're gonna talk about, bro? I'm like, bro, we're just gonna shoot the shit.
I was like,
we're just have a good time.
Well, usually I have a fight coming up when I'm on podcasts. Is what's weird.
Right, so you have something to promote. It's like I don't have anything to promote. Like I was like, nah, bro, let's just fucking talk.
We hit a lot of subjects, didn't we?
Yeah, dude. We talked about a fucking lot, man. Time's already flying by.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right, bro.
Now we're talking about the DMV, so you know it's time to quit talking.
Yeah, time's.
Fuck, Danny, my man. I appreciate you, brother. Everybody, Dan O'Connor.